Namaste guys.
Welcome
To
Spinning the Chiya.
So this is our first podcast and it's just something new that we wanted to try.
That sounds more like alcohol.
Well, alcohol, chia, same thing. Mito chia with even more mito goth.
You sure is a depressing ass topic. What am I doing with my
Are you
life?
all ready for
yeah.
episode 1?
So we wanted to do this podcast as sort of a way to express our thoughts and opinions. And plus we don't have the pressure of having the camera on us because we're very like insecure people, even though we're quite loudy.
Yeah.
We're quite
We
loud.
might be rowdy, but
But we're insecure, okay?
Yeah,
it's more comfortable like this. It feels like
Yeah, get a taco out of pajamas, my boss chia khade.
Why are you telling every detail?
less
Wonder
pressure.
We're here to spill the chair, that's why.
We are comfortable right now.
Yeah.
We're here to spill our Luzon.
So I did light ako sana.
Matching zebra pants, some raw pants.
Anyway, this is much more comfortable because it's like, you know, government boss at a golf kare something, no? And it reminds us of like uni times when we used to have like deep convos. And we wanted this podcast as sort of, well, I don't know how long it's gonna last, to be honest.
Hopefully long.
But let's see. It's just like a safe space for us to express our thoughts and opinions on like whatever the topic is that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And also, to be honest, I'm so glad that we started vlogging when we were at uni because it's such a nice like way to look back at memories. So in the same way, this podcast is also another way of like preserving those memories that we have. Especially because we're so far from each other.
And we got memory problems.
Yeah,
And we don't have phone storage, so you might just record it on YouTube.
yeah.
Exactly. YouTube is our phone storage.
Yeah. I mean, plus like when one of us is free, the other one isn't. So
Yeah.
even though we do talk on the chats, it doesn't feel like the same as having a deep convo like we used to have.
Yeah.
So this is why, because you know what? The biggest thing is mental health.
Definitely.
This is preserving our mental health. Yeah.
Episode 1, guys.
Preserve
And
what?
many more to come.
Yes. Koile नसुने पनि it's fine. हामी आफै सुम्लारे
यसले एउटा भिडियोमा भनेपछि जस्तो like after a few years हामी आफै सुन्दै बस्छ.
Exactly. Because right now those vlogs that we made at uni is so nice to look back on. Especially when we're having like a shit day and we miss each other a lot. Which comes to the title of our first podcast, which is What Am I Doing With My Life?
What the fuck am I doing?
That is exactly
What the fuck am I doing?
FUCK is the feeling.
Literally. Because we don't have a clue. And as Kolko Zamanama, I feel like a lot of people don't even know what they're doing. And that's okay though. Like, we put so much pressure on ourselves. I know it's easier said than done. And even our like higher ups at work, they tell us like, don't be so hard on yourself, blah blah. But it's easier to say that to someone and like harder to actually think it yourself.
We're all just living, just trying to get through one day.
But not living our best life, that's what we're doing.
We're so busy, it's like...
It's like days off don't even feel like days off.
No.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it just feels like you're digging this sand.
In
You're not-
quicksand. You're
you're
trying
not
to dig
going
yourself out of quicksand. It's like keeping a record of like what we've been doing. And in the same way, like this is also sort of like an excuse for us to have time to chat to each other and actually express how we feel about certain topics. Because we used to do that a lot in uni,
Yeah.
but we just don't have the time anymore.
We used to have a little mother's meeting in Bikina's room
I'm a summer meeting, so one thing.
every morning.
Literally, that was
That was our little therapy sessions, but we don't even get that anymore.
This is why we're creating this whatever.
Yeah, and hopefully it's a safe space for everyone else, you know, whoever
Yeah.
listens, and if they have any questions or inputs.
or like something that they're too like afraid of what other people will think to say, they can say it to us and we'll like be an advocate for them, sort of, you know, because there's loads of topics especially
Yeah.
that we can talk about and say that it's actually okay, you know, bring it out in the open. It doesn't have to be hidden anymore.
Yeah, and hopefully people can relate and like not feel alone.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Because there's so many times where we've, even though luckily we're so lucky to have each other, but there are so many times where I've certainly felt alone, but I know I'm not. So even for some people, if you relate to that, you'll be able to feel more like I'm not the only one, and that will give you some strength to get past that and become stronger as a person.
Yes, because you will get through it.
As easy as that sounds to say and hard as it is to do. So the first episode is going to be about how we feel right now in this moment, which is, what am I doing with my life? Which is a genuine topic, question actually, because I actually don't know. I feel so lost and stuck sometimes. Like, man, that you go to uni, you graduate, you get your degree, you have a job. Yeah, I do, but I'm not happy. So I just feel really lost. I started working as soon as uni finished, but I still feel really, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I just feel stuck because I don't know what to do. I'm too scared to like take a risk and do something else that I actually might be interested in. But then at the same time, it's like I'm not happy in the job that I am right now. So I just feel stuck, especially with like samads and everything. It's uni koira. What's the point of like not doing the job that you went to uni for? Nursing, by the way, guys, nursing.
Typical.
So don't do it unless you actually are passionate and want to do it, because if you do, you're just gonna be miserable like us, and then you'll just find like yourself making excuses for every little thing, but then there's no escape. So that's why you just come to a dead end each time. So even though I graduated and I got a job and I ended up having to take a break because I think the separation from uni, I know it sounds so like dramatic or whatever, some people might call it dramatic, but it's like we lived together for literally like 4 years, and all of a sudden it's like I found it really hard to adjust and be more independent personally, which is why I think it was really hard for me to adjust in my new job. I had to take some time off work when I just started.
No, everyone is not same, innit? People, they cope their feelings differently. And I think Sabs is crying. It's too emotional.
It's too much for her to handle. That's just how she cries.
And guys, don't judge her crying.
No, but I get what you mean. I felt the same. Like when I went home, I was just like, it felt weird not waking up and going to Bikina's room. It just felt weird, because I was so used to just, I was sick all over and Bikina garde one.
Don't say that.
It's fine.
Well, guys, this is spitting the Chiya.
This is
I'm
fucking
spitting
reality.
the Chiya right now. I'm spitting the Chiya that I stickled.
Like 100 times.
But that's what we're saying about mental health and shit. Like, sometimes we just got so anxious that we couldn't even go to placement, and we just anyway, in all seriousness, like we were so used to having each other. Someone was always next to us, or like we just had that support, like physically. So it was like weird when.
I think that's why we didn't
just so
realize
alone.
how mentally unstable we were until we got home, because we had to be alone.
I think we all thought it was like normal because
Yeah.
we all felt the same. So we were just like,
Maybe
okay.
we were just like, the wheels of the Zimmer frame. So when like we're talking about nursing, so we're just connected. The Zimmer frame got wheels that are like dislocate when it's not used.
I think
Literally.
we knew we were dependent on each other, but we didn't realize how much. You know what I mean?
depended on each
Like
other.
especially emotionally.
Definitely.
Like
that is a massive
emotionally,
factor.
it hit us quite hard.
Especially because we always used to cry together, laugh together, sleep together, eat together. We did everything together, and that's why it literally felt like a breakup.
I feel like crying right now.
This is what I mean. We're so like, we're at that point where it's like everything just makes us cry.
Even I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Honestly, I feel like I'm living for someone else.
Our body is like our body and mind is like a shell
Detached.
for someone else.
Yeah.
Because I know like Amro parents say like, oh, man said they would die to do nursing, they want to do nursing. Dimar, you're so lucky that you're doing nursing, you're a nurse now, blah blah. Yeah, a nurse is a very highly respected profession, but our heart is just not in it, which is why every shift just feels so miserable, to the point where like we just want to cry like all the time. And we get like freaking pre-work anxiety and post-work anxiety. Like the work doesn't stop just because we go home. We're still thinking about it and stressing about work. Even
Dreaming about it every day.
literally, Sam has so many dreams about work.
We will talk about that in our next episode again.
Always dreaming about work, because that's just how stressed we are. And
It's easy for people to be like, go home, switch off. No, you can't.
you can't. I don't know how they think that. Like, literally, someone else's life is in your hands. How can you just like switch off? Which is why I admit, like, nursing is a very respected profession, but if you're not happy, then you're not happy. You can't force it.
I think you gotta have that passion. Like, some people really have that passion.
They do, and I admire that. I wish I
Yeah.
could be like that. I really do.
But it's just not for us. What can we do?
Like, that's the reality, though. It's not. And that's why we feel so stuck. Like, okay, I mean, only 23, we're just 23, but, and like, when then you manage to say, oh, you graduated, you got a job, what have you got to stress about? Yeah, I know some other subject or Leo bunny, it's hard to find a job sometimes, which is why I do appreciate nursing when you get a job at the end of your course. But it's just fucking depressing. Like, I don't know. It's just
We're
something.
so like stuck because we were kind of told to do it.
Yeah,
Like, we didn't have that.
that.
We didn't have that freedom of just, you know, like our parents were like, do what you want. They, you know,
Yeah.
like
They're pressuring on the
yeah,
side.
it was quite pressuring. Like, they might not think it, but they did.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, आजकल को generation में त
There's so many things you can do.
So many
Which we
things.
don't even know half of those things.
we honestly when I picked like nursing, I didn't even know much about it.
Bro,
I didn't know
GCSE,
anything else.
I was like that path was paved for me, you know what I mean? And I know they were doing it in our best interest, like nursing, gam bouncing, you'll get a job with nursing. I appreciate that, I get that. But at the same time, I feel really sad for my younger self that
Yeah.
I didn't try to explore more options so that I didn't have to feel this way now. Like, maybe if we had done something about it when we were younger, then like it wouldn't have led up to this now, to the point where we needed to get help from like professionals.
You know, when you're younger and you want to be something.
My higher up, I literally had like 10 million breakdowns like what.
Yeah.
When I had a breakdown, she asked me, when you were a little girl, what did you want to be? I had no answer. Like, I was literally like, you know what? I actually don't know. I think that's when it hit me, like, I actually don't have a passion for anything because I don't know what I want to do. That's the thing. They're telling me, like, if you're not happy, leave. But it's like, I worked so hard to get this degree. How can I just leave? Suffered in uni. Like, we worked so hard to suffer in uni, and we, like, how can we just leave after not even a year of working as what we went to uni for? If you're in a society that judges your every minute, like every move and everything that you do, then not really. You don't have that option to freely be like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to try this. If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't. Because people will always talk. And thing is, what I hate the most is with like,
You're really into it.
with our Nepali society, it's like, why don't you say shit to me like aunties and uncles? Here, you don't need to sit on in my parents. Like, my parents don't need to get the end of it. Like, if you do something bad, or like not even bad, if you, okay, say for example, I decided to quit nursing, then my parents would have to hear what other people are saying.
That's where the pressure comes from, because it's like they're still on our parents still on ours.
And then we feel bad
Yeah.
because we don't want our parents to feel like other people are chatting shit about us, like thinking that we're a failure. But we're not. And this is what I really hate about our society. At least now more people are starting to seek help. But even then, like, right, you know how when I was on, I deactivated Instagram and then I was on my nom account, on that one, like, I had a few people message me like, oh, well done for going therapy, you know, Nepalese people, they got too much big ego. That's not something to be applauded. My mental health got to the point where I was just taking the piss out of it every day.
Yeah.
You know, I was just making a joke out of it because there was nothing else I could do. So, like, better to just try and be lighthearted.
It's not even ego. But the thing is, like, sometimes it's not even ego.
It's because we were not raised in a society where they tell us, like, if you need help,
Get help.
yeah. Like, my parents are really chill, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I know their zamana ko stress and depression is different,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean that our level of stress and depression is not, like, valid. Because then they, or even though, no matter how understanding some parents may be, they still say like, oh, like, ke ko depression tha? Like, you know, you're here in this with like a good education, you got a job, you went to uni, but it's, and they're like, ke ko stress tha? Ke ko depression tha? And it's
Yeah,
just-
we did all the hard work for you guys to get here, so why should you be depressed?
exactly.
And it's like,
But we are though.
yeah, like,
So are you telling me that I shouldn't be depressed and
It's
then
not
that's gonna
that-
make it go away?
it's not that we don't appreciate what they did, but it's just, I know they might be thinking like, I'm lagi, it's good for us and whatever, but sometimes they just don't go about it the right way.
And that's fair enough, because like I said before as well, that's not their fault because that's just how they were raised. Their mindset is the fact that they had to struggle to get here. They're so strong for that. But we were raised in Bidith. So
It's like a different culture.
we were raised with that mindset. It's completely different. You can't compare that to how our parents' generation was because we didn't have to face what they did. But that doesn't mean, what I'm trying to say is like, that doesn't mean that how we feel is not valid just because we didn't go through half the struggles that they went through. Mental health, mental health, you know, it doesn't matter. If you feel a certain way because of something, then that's how you feel.
Exactly.
And like other people don't get to decide why you're depressed or how are you depressed because
That's just,
how are you supposed to explain how you feel? Sometimes there's no reason.
sometimes we don't even know why.
Exactly.
People don't know why they feel that way. Clearly, what's going on in our life right now is we're not in a good mental state.
I'm not in a good mental state.
She's about to fall asleep, yeah.
I'm a good listener, guys.
Haven't
I
do
just
that.
listen.
That's true. Timmy is a very good listener, but
Just keep it in
sometimes she
my
doesn't
mind.
express herself, which is what this safe space is for everyone to know our business.
You know what? I
I'm
don't even
joking.
care anymore. It's just like I don't even care anymore. Like I'm just so sick of it. Like people are like, "Unzani, obviously Insta story ma who's gonna post? I'm depressed. I'm
Exactly.
struggling. I have
And if you do
anxiety."
attention seeking ones.
Exactly. Like I actually don't give a shit. I'm gonna say it here. I don't care who hears it anymore. But it's like, yeah, it's like, you know, I hate when people are like, oh, but like, you're always out with your friends, you're having fun,
Bro.
blah blah blah. Like, what do you even have to be depressed about? Blah blah blah. Your parents seem chill. They let you out, and it's like, do you even know behind the story, or like,
Do you even know what
Who
goes
says?
on?
Who says your family is chill?
and like on Insta, cause you know I go out, and then I hate when they say you go out all the time though. Every time I see you, but no, I just post when I go out.
Bro,
I don't
and
see
what's
how
wrong
that's
with
going out all the
out,
time.
though? What is wrong with going out? The whole
Exactly. But
Don't-
anyway, so, you know, just people like,
they don't need to comment. If you want to say something, just fucking keep it to yourself, man. Like if it's negative, just keep it to yourself. You wouldn't like it if someone came to you and pointed out like something about yourself
Yeah.
that you know we don't know shit about, and we're commenting on just what we see.
guys, our current life situation. Don't trust Instagram stories. We're freaking having a mental breakdown
Like almost every day.
every night. Okay, you get me? How's life, Tenzin?
I don't know, bro.
If anyone hears weird noises, it's
It's the dog licking itself.
Don't know, stop taking your tongue out. Anyway, oh, but he's such a cute boy. Whenever I'm depressed, I think he knows I had a breakdown and I was just crying by myself. And then, bless him, he just came sat next to me and then he was just there. And I cried even more because it was like, oh my god, this like,
Only the dog cares about me.
not even people, there's only dog. It basically, they are uni days company. Bekin and Sabs, they're the most express gani halkumache. So whenever they feel sad or anything, they just say it. Whereas I just listen to them. I'm not a good counselor or anything.
And you know, like obviously you have different friend types in your friendship circle. Shimi's the type like she won't really express herself. You have to like get it out of her. Like she wants to say it, but she's not used to it, or she's never been the type to like sort of express herself. So it takes a little bit more to get it out of her.
Is this why my head is getting bigger?
No, your hair now it's just receding. Stress.
that I used to be like 10, but then like
Yeah. I think
I'm
I
more
forced you guys to.
expressive now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But someone,
Yeah, don't be like me, guys.
She overthinks. I thought I overthink. Overthink, is that even a word?
I don't know.
I thought I overthought a lot, which I do, but she overthinks even more to the point where she doesn't even tell us. She just doesn't even say it. She just keeps it to herself. And then bossy got it. It's like when she does eventually tell us, it's not even that deep. You know what I mean? It's like you could have just said it. But that's fine though. Obviously, you
But
can't.
to her, it was.
Yeah.
I was just raised like that because I've been living in Oslo for a long time, and then it's just like the friends are there, but like you can't really tell them because for me it was like that. Because if you tell them one thing, they just like make fun of it or like tell someone, and then it's just like
I think you were younger as well.
I'll be the joker there. So I think maybe that's why I never wanted to share anything, and plus I was like away from my family, so I had no one hostel ma. So maybe I was used to it that, and still, even though I don't say anything, it just feels like my usual day.
Because you just like bottle it up inside you and just get on with it.
Yeah, what am I doing with my life? I don't know. That was the topic.
It's like 24/7, always in the restaurant.
Yeah, I'm a workaholic
Literally,
now. So.
I think she messages us like twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening.
बिचरा गरे त लाइक मेसेज हेर्न टाइम
Next
पनि
day.
हुँदैन
Sometimes twice a week.
रिड गर्दा गर्दा निदाउँछ
It's just like by the time I reply, it's like the conversation is dead already. So there's no point to reply. Adulting is just very difficult.
I think we really depended on each other so much, like you said, emotionally and physically. It literally felt like how you would feel if you broke up with your girlfriend or boyfriend of 4 or 5 years. That's literally how it felt. Like you go from spending every waking moment with each other to all of a sudden, like, you don't even get to talk as much as before. I think because it was too sudden.
Yeah.
Because we enjoyed our last,
And it's like
last
we live,
moment. too
yeah,
much,
we live
I
so
think.
far away.
No, I think this topic is really deep because like jati चाहिँ भन्ने पनि it keeps going on. Yo, what am I doing with my life one day?
We just don't know what we're doing with our lives. Like we're literally just living, trying to live. We're just tired.
We have other interests and other things that we want to do, but we're not brave enough to take the risk to just quit what we're doing and move on. But at the same time, we don't want to quit what we're doing because it's like we worked all those years to get to where we are now. It's a bit like, I know some people are like, oh, Tigisa, do what makes you happy, but despite how much I'm not happy right now, I don't think I would be happy if I left either, because it's like I literally suffered those years to get to where I am with like work. And even with work now, I'm finally a little bit more settled, which is why I don't want to leave, because it's like, you know, it was really hard for me to adapt to there. It does kind of just feel like it would just be a waste.
Yeah.
So the point is, it's okay to feel stuck. It's okay not to know what you want to do, even though you're 23, 25, 27, 30, whatever.
We're still stuck. So maybe, hopefully, by end of this season, we might find a way.
End of this season.
It will be like 12 seasons.
If anyone else feels that way, like if you can relate to how we're feeling, then
Please
you
like,
know,
share, and subscribe. We won't forget that one.
like you will know how hard it is not to disappoint your parents, not to disappoint yourself, to be able to please society. But those people don't even matter. But at the same time, it's like they do matter because they have an impact on your parents and your family, and you feel bad for that. So we have that pressure as well.
You know what? I get these random urges. Like I don't give a shit what they think. Just don't so. But then, feely, I'm like, kind of do.
Because
You know
I
what
think
I
it
mean?
affects
It's
our
just like-
parents more than it affects us.
Yeah, and then
basically.
obviously when it affects our parents, then it's gonna affect us as well. Like we said before, we're just getting shit from our parents as well. Like people will just कसरी भन्ने अब?
Like I would rather them give shit to me than to my
Exactly.
parents, basically.
I just don't like it. We'll talk about Nepali society more obviously in our other podcasts, but just हुन्छ नि, it's just like
अनि समाजले चाहिँ भन्नै पर्ने कि they need to say it. भित्र राखी हुन्न. They have to say it, हो.
Because their mouth is not sewed up in it. Not talk.
Yeah, like you wouldn't like that if someone was chatting shit about your son or daughter or brother, sister, mom, dad. So why would you do that about
No,
someone else?
but the thing is, like, you know, your whatever society, they say this, they know it's bad, but they still do it. Is their family like money? They're like, why are you talking blah 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 blah?
Because it makes, I think they're insecure and it makes them feel better knowing that someone else is doing worse than them.
Yeah, it feels like literally everyone does that. Even Gora, they talk a lot. Even Karens, they talk.
man, this one time, yeah. Let me do a story time. It's a mini one. When I was in college, and I didn't work there. I worked there for a few months, but then I started struggling when I was doing exams. And then obviously I left. And some people were just saying that I couldn't handle the hard work and I was, weak. Bro, I had exams.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
If you couldn't handle it, then so what? Why do they need to say that you're weak and to like pinpoint insecurities? Like,
that's what I mean. Like, you can't just. That's just society, kid. That's just the people. What is their problem?
I think we don't get it because we would never do that to someone else. We wouldn't be like, oh, you couldn't even last, blah blah blah. You're so weak. Like, we would never say that to anyone. If anything, we'd probably be like, oh, bichara garo bhayo hola, and that's probably why they left.
So judgmental people.
Or be like, don't give up, it's fine.
Yeah, we would not be like, oh, they're weak, garna sake no. Just because they're more physically, they had to suffer more physically. But you know what? It's fucking exhausting when you suffer mentally even more, because it's like it's like you don't have an escape. Physically, though, okay, if you suffered, then like, okay, if you're in pain, you can take painkillers. If you're like, I don't know, that was just a shit example. I don't know.
No, I get what
you know what I mean?
Mentally, it's way more draining because
you keep thinking about it. Like even you're working, you still have that one in your mind. You can't get rid of it easily. Like every second it comes back. So that basically a big load.
mentally well, boy, but physically, it's physically it's easier to. Okay, what's the word?
Relieve. Like,
Sawing.
Sahane, like bear with it.
Yeah,
Like, easier to.
physically it's easier to bear with, but mentally it's actually so difficult.
How do you guys feel when you're stressed? Please let us know. What am I doing with my life? God fucking tell me, man. I don't know. That's the answer. Life is busy. After uni, it's just I don't know. I don't know why I'm studying. I don't know what am I doing with my life. I don't know. I'm just busy with work. At the moment, I'm just working family business. I do feel like helping, but sometimes it's just like I'm just there. I'm like furniture of that. I like being like very busy early, because I don't have time to think about what I don't like, what I've been going through. It's just like when you're busy, you just think about, oh, you have to get this work done, so you don't think about it that much. Like more like I'm gonna environment is different, so you have to like talk with lots of people and stuff, and
you don't have time basically to be sad. You don't have time to be sad.
Even like when I'm feeling sad inside, I just have to like fake smile and oh, okay, hi, how are you, blah blah blah, because you gotta make those money, and because obviously money's on it. That's double depression. I sleep, I wake up, I work, I sleep, I wake up, and I eat as well.
And you poop as well.
Oh yeah, definitely, it has to come out. That's it. Like lately, after uni, I just work and they sleep. Like literally 60% of my life is taken.
Pizza.
Yeah.
You have one day off. The off day when you're doing like घरको सामान आफ्नै काम हुन्छ के गर्नुपर्छ.
Tuesday comes so quickly. It's literally achieve also next Tuesday.
And it goes quickly as well.
Yeah, for me, when I work physically. I can work जति भयो पनि, and especially when it's like काम गर्ने त्यो हुन्छ नि proper उठाउने यस्तो
like physical.
Yeah, physical काम चाहिँ I can do like as much as I can. But when it comes to like mentally, oh god, I think if my shell is made out of fucking diamond or something, I'll break it. I try to tell these girls, but my move doesn't open. Sometimes it just feels like, oh, these girls going through a lot, so why am I adding up? Just like, it's fine, it's gonna go fine next day. That's what I do. So guys, don't do that. That's very bad for your mental health.
But it depends on your friends as well. Like obviously we say to you all the time. Some people might not have friends that me and Chiya used to get in so many arguments because of that, because she wouldn't open up, and then like I suffer go to busted, but then I'm the type of person like it makes me really sad if I know that my friend is suffering on their own. And I understand like, people open up in their own time. But it's like, if you don't trust me enough to tell me your problems, then I'm not really a good friend to you, am I? Like that's how it felt for me before. And it's like, you wouldn't want us to not tell you how we're feeling just because you're feeling sad.
You guys, I have a dick. What? That's the biggest thing I've been hiding. It takes years to open up. People are different. They express their feelings differently. And then they feel better differently. Likewise, I had it. I forget it. I feel like I got dementia. Sometimes I forget I have that depression or whatever that thing is. No, I don't know.
Like, oh, that got depression, got stress, and that makes us think like, are we overreacting?
Exactly.
It's like, oh, maybe you're right. Like, why am I depressed? Like, I know I'm lucky that I live be this small. I get it, and I have an education, blah blah, all of that. But if I still feel this way, then is it worth it? Like, sometimes if I still can't feel happy and not cry myself to sleep every night, then is it even worth it?
No, maybe we should be jungly men, so you don't have to like. Or maybe jungle men do have depression. They might be Imagine bagli khaya bhane rati sudapni sakdaina. Sorry guys, I don't have enough
See,
vocabulary
no, this
for
is
English.
what happens. Okay, like when it gets to a point where you just end up joking about it, that's how you know that it's bad.
But we did that a lot, like.
We used to literally take the piss out of ourselves.
Yeah. Did we? Don't know why I'm laughing.
I
But like we should do that. We're like, what do you deep on that? We would just
joke about
or
it.
like change the subject.
But sometimes it's a positive as well. Like when you think about it, like partying, now we know the value of friends. Partying, now we know the value of saving up money. Partying, now we know how to take your bra up.
Sorry, I'm just getting comfortable because it's
Yeah,
hurting me.
it's like in some point it did teach us like how to live your own life. Like you shouldn't be like proper depending on person, because you know it's not 100% like
You'll
but in
always
life
be
yeah, they're not gonna be there all the time. No, not in just like bad way, but like in a good way as well. People have their own things to do, dreams to achieve. I think we just never thought about like, oh, we're gonna be depart, and then we have to do things in our own way, which we
Yeah.
didn't care about. We just like company.
So if you also feel like you're a certain age and you feel like, oh, by now I should be doing this, or oh my god, house ko pressure, ghar kinne ko pressure, oh my god, I just started working and you're already telling me to buy a house. Relax. I can't. Let me be happy. Let me freaking stop myself from getting freaking personality disorder, and then I will think about that, you know?
You know what's annoying?
What?
The house prices were better when like people was younger.
Yeah,
But that is a topic for another day.
Exactly. You wait till that day.
to
So-
be continued.
It's okay if you don't know what you want to do with your life, because we don't know what we want to do. Main thing is just live your life for yourself. It's like no matter how much other people chat shit or something, live your life for yourself, as hard as that is to accept. Like one day you will wake up and realize these people don't give a shit about me, so I shouldn't give a shit about them. They just want something to talk about, you know? They just want the gossip of the week. I mean, you know what? Zanram, you want to talk about me? Good.
I thought you mean me. I'm like, what?
But the thing is, like, we think that, like, do the hammer thoughts and views on the, but then our parents care what
More,
mine.
yeah.
I
Sort of do as well.
yeah. Like, they care a lot about what the
Reputation and
yeah,
what people are saying.
People are saying. So, like,
You know, sometimes people won't even be thinking that thing that they think that they're thinking.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, they don't even, like, people probably don't even care, but they're thinking that they will care. And man, it's the ones out, you know?
It's like हामीले केयर गर्नु पऱ्यो पनि parents like parents चाहिँ कस्तो केयर गरेर हामीलाई के भनेर we
Obviously, you have a soft spot for your parents.
yeah
You're gonna feel like sad.
Yeah, you got a very soft spot there. This is meant to be like some like motivation, but we're making them depressed.
This is reality, though.
this is
You can't-
reality.
I'm such a pessimistic person. Like, you can't be optimistic all the time. Sometimes you have to be realistic. Because if you just keep thinking like, oh yeah, I know what I want to do with my life. Okay, I wish I was like that, but I'm not. You know, I'm just like, I am actually stuck. I will just say it how it is. I am stuck. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not happy. I don't want to do anything else. Yet I'm complaining about the position I'm in. Which is why I just feel really stuck. Because I feel lost. Maybe in the future I'll be like, oh, I should have done it sooner. But right now, in this moment, right this minute, as I date kyo at 2 a.m. in the
Boy,
morning.
right?
It's June 1st, 2 a.m.
We're bola cycle.
This is how we feel. And it's okay for you to feel like that as well.
We're drinking gel 2
It's a special jar. Look, guys, I don't know what else to say. I don't know if you got bored, if you just fell asleep listening
Let's
to this.
summarize. So she's feeling shit. I'm feeling shit. She's feeling shit. We're all depressed, but we're going on.
Don't forget to follow us.
You know what? This is, to be honest, I think this is more for ourselves. It's fun for us to do. If you need time pass or something to listen to before you go to sleep,
Please. Big Maksu.
We're gonna haunt you in your dreams.
okay, guys, that's the end of our podcast, our first one. I don't know. Are we going to bid some pity to do this another topic? Probably like another few months' time or something. But we'll have lots of people on our podcast just for banter, just for fun, just something to like look back on. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening if you're still here. And remember, there's no point crying over spilt Chiya.
Wipe it up.
Wipe that ass up.